the lands of Neptune, Narada, Triton, and Poseidon, the name of their lands that shine in a dark atmosphere that surround their circle environment. The Neptunians have had a hard time since their birth, not because they have not been able to adapt to their environment and survive in a climate where vegetation is not abundant, but because the sandstorms and the aridness that encloses this world can be really devastating. For that reason, most of the big cities were created on the shores of their most fertile lands, leaving a large portion uninhabited. Anyway, the Neptunians managed quite well to carry out colossal creations. There are buildings so tall that exceed twice the size of the known lands. Silence is the faithful companion that will go with you wherever you go in this dark world, as its sun is also very different from those of the vast majority that is totally opaque. Throughout the time, and with the great technological development that they knew how to carry out, nothing of the climate nor of the darkness was a great obstacle for them. There are also large cities with very high constructions, many pyramids, since the Anunnaki were the ones who entered this world and took over their environment after a long time. Recall that the pyramids are key to the Anunnaki colonization that first starts with friendly and supposed technology exchanges between beings. The Anunnaki can be really great swindlers and lie to their leaders to generate a close bond and then stick the cold dagger in their back. Overnight, the Neptunians were left with nothing, as the Anunnaki had planned everything from the beginning and everything went as expected. It is said that this is one of the first lands where they penetrated and ended up colonizing. The natives of these lands could not cope with any technology like that, although we can assure that it was still in full development. But by that time, the Neptunians had opened a long spiritual and developmental path focused on real personal and spiritual improvement to cross the Great Dome after transcending matter. But it is not that they left the defense to chance, but they had developed a great military power and did not end up serving against the colonizers. Although they did get a big scare when they rebelled. In the beginning, the Neptunians accepted defeat, but as these beings were used for certain tasks within their lands that obviously ended up directly benefiting the Anunnaki bosses, they rebelled against them, generating several pockets of fierce fighting. Then the casualties on both sides began, and everything got out of control in the center of these lands. Triton became the epicenter of absolute chaos. The blue blood of the natives was spilled in great quantity. The Anunnaki are still today their great enemies, and that after years they reached an agreement to withdraw from their lands. Today, the Neptunians live in peace and with a high development in technology that benefits their environment, their spiritual growth, and they are in peace with their neighboring lands and races. But according to the story, they prepare in silence for any new attack that could come from the nearby Anunnaki land or other lands that could generate some danger for them. Do the Neptunians travel to other lands? It is said that they have traveled to other lands to investigate how other races live. to generate certain links and to be able to explore their environment. But it is said that they have not visited the known lands or spoken to any leaders at any time. Although they do not know the lands of Mars, although they do know the lands of Mars and have been able to make contact with the human custodial colony located over there. As I commented in previous paragraphs, the Neptunians are a race of dark blue color. They feed on local fruits since based on their system they cannot ingest a great variety of foods. They do not eat meat and they have a certain friendly relationship with the custodians, although it is not well known why, since they are generally beings that always sought their freedom and independence.